Okay, so then direction, right? So leg work, everything is taking you to, so this is the front. We salute, we step, we're here. We're here. Oh, this is open, but here. We hop. The front is there. You're there. Palm. So you're gonna gather, punch. So just throw the punch with your hand. Because you have something in here, then the punch ends up looking like this. So this arm is not so it's coinciding with this. So we're here and we palm, we jump. So this arm is free to move too. Why we locking that in? You have to open it up to punch. Then when you cut, big, low. Then you have the two sides working together. If the two sides don't work together, you have half a movement, doesn't have the correct or good imagery. So if you're here, then you're here. Up, down. Now lift up first, lift up. Lift the hands up and then open. Problem is if you're down here and then you try to open it, you can't open. You have to open it up from here. Lift it up. Lift. Then you can open from your shoulders and chest. And then open, but don't open like this. If you open, the elbows are too behind you. You open, it's in front of you. If your hands are here, right? If your hands are here, how can you close your arms? When the hands are here, then you can close the here. Because the body is, right? So that's just, you expand and you contract, all right? Right? So you open, your hands are here. Then you can close. When your hands are here, then how are you going to close? You can't. The movements become too shallow. If you're here, you try to close, then it looks like you're forcing the movement. You can't close naturally. So you have to open the movement, and then open, then you're here. Then you're here. Then you're here. Yeah. Yeah, so we just try to understand that, then practice it so you don't create more of those kind of habits. They're not good. We'll have to get away. Yeah, so they're set too tight here. Too tight. Let it out. Yeah, don't cramp. Don't cramp or, you know. Just like that, yeah. All it is a shoulder width stance, right? So here, like single whip, or your hands are just almost on the same level. Okay, maybe this isn't understood. When I go like this, and it's flat, and it doesn't look like it has dimension. Same position, maybe my hand is a slightly different angle. So it just looks like that. It has to do with your wrists and your body position. What is like this or like this. So if you're like this, and you open, you have the, yeah. Because I'm not holding it so tight that when I go thrust, the sword is free. It has some, you know, fluidity driven from the hand. But if you over grip it, then it's always going to be So the fact that you're gripping hard, you're causing tension in your body. So you can't, you have to just sink, lift. So when you're here, right? 1, 2, then here, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then here goes with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So just try that little section before we move on to more, right? Yeah, from there. So just pre-turn right and left more. You know, like turn right and left more, so that it's not only one direction. Then you won't be stuck. Yeah. So just while you're learning it, relearning it, or trying to practice, so a lot of the movements are created by your body motion. So if you go down, you go up, you go right, you go left, you go forward, you go back. So if I'm here and I'm here, right? I'm here, 1, 2. I go down, I go up. I go down, I lift. Now when I lift, first I told you to do this, right? Bring it down, lift the sword, and open. That's what has to happen. Because when the sword is here, and it comes to here, and it comes to here, and it open, that's where the hands are. But if you're coming like this, and you go like this, and then I go like this, then I go like this, I lift my body, so the sword is going to go up, right? Your body, up and down is in your body, up and down is in your legs, right and left is in your torso. So if the body doesn't understand that, and because this is the stuff that I talk about all the time, that you can't see what your body doesn't know, even though you know that it goes up. What goes up, right? Your body goes up. What goes down? Your body or your legs. So all of that has to do up and down. When we think of up and down and it's isolated to your arms, then it's going to be like this. Then where's the body? The body doesn't even know it's involved. So first, after you have learned the sequence, then you're going to have to go back and learn the body form. You have to improve the footwork. You have to improve the hand methods. Then you have to combine the upper-lower coordination. So what's upper-lower coordination? The hands are here. The stomp is here. Now, if you, like just doing this, right? Your body has actions. The secondary hand doesn't know how to move because it doesn't understand it. It thinks it's something that is something brand new. But actually, Lao Jiang is like this. I'm here. So if I'm here, and then I go like this, then the movements become kind of dead. So to add life to the movement, you have to improve the body language and the understanding from here. 1, 2. You see, when I'm here and I come to here, there's a whole action in the body form that takes you to that position. So when we're doing this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The imagery inside that transition is all coming from here, right? Because I'm here, sink. My elbows go down. Sink, sink, rise. So is the body doing that? So that's the first thing. You have to see if your body is doing it. Yeah. So this. So we'll watch Kim do it. Do it. Yeah. And then next. Yeah. Okay. So what's the difference between sinking and pulling? Sinking and pulling. When you pull, it becomes physical. When you sink, it becomes relaxed and dropping, right? So if you're going to bring the swords down, don't pull the swords in. Relax because you're going down. And then go up. And then relax. And then go up. Because if it's physical, then it looks like this. That's broken. The broken arm movements can't tie to the leg movements because they become separate. So it goes back to your elbows and your knees. If I'm here, bend, right? Forward, I sink, up, down, up, and I open. Now when I go here, this is something that you have to, the sword should come to here. All the way around to here, and then comes down. Comes all the way around to here. Comes all the way around to here. All the way around to here. Because this is cutting the waist. You have to complete the circle for there to be the complete cut. So the focus is on the lower hand. This and this. This and this. So that secondary hand, yeah, not just let it go. You don't have to try to whip it around. See, once you try to whip it around, it starts to become too physical. It's not just, like Lawrence is very physical. He whips it around. But he doesn't sometimes put his waist into it. He's not here today. Lawrence, you're not using your waist when you turn. No, the thing is, this is important. When you're here, right? Your hand goes like this. You chop, just like this. Yeah, so just like this. Yeah, you're doing this. No. It stays back here. When you chop to the waist, it stays back there. Right? Don't go this. Then when you do this, then it's going to be in the wrong place. So just go like this. Right? This goes like this, and that's the same to here. So this is your waist cut. This is your waist cut. Waist just coming around. Waist comes up to here. Waist. Yeah. Go a little bit more. Now, okay, do it again. Right. Yeah. So if you go like this, you have to turn here first. So here. So here. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. Yeah, try. Okay, do it again. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you do it again. Do the flower. Yeah, and then follow up with the other side. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that opening from here again. So this is not being video, right? Is it being video? No. Is this on video? No. No. That if you record it goes public. So yeah. So anyways, one of the things that we talk about sometimes is that, you know, when you're doing movements and you try to copy and you try to see what's going on and you look really hard at it and you say, well, there's minute things going on. But we're talking about torso rotation, right and left. The horizontal movements go right to left. No, it's okay. So the horizontal movement is your torso, right? It's your waist. So the waist is right and left, right? So every movement has to be preset in one direction to go the other direction, right? So you move left and then you move right and then you move left. Because you have multiple right and lefts on both sides happening simultaneously, or at least they're following each other, then your torso has to be moving right and left as well. Otherwise it's not compatible. The reason why we have a little trouble with this is because it's doing two sides. The waist doesn't know to move, so you're driving everything by the hand. So if you watch, right? Right? Turning here, turning here, turning here, turning here, and here. So your waist has to be constantly tied to one side or the other in the blade. So if you turn here, and I turn, and then I turn here, then I have to turn here, then I have to turn here, and turn here. If I go like this, and I go like this, I have to set up every single motion for each side. So if I'm here, I already turn here. That's like Lao Jiang, right? There's your chop. Here's this. Now because I'm following here, there's my waist. There's my waist. There's my waist. There's my waist. So there's multiple turns. That's something that your body has to do sort of systemically in your rotation movement. But if it's not in your movements, then it's not developing. So when you do this, or you do this, or you do this, or you do this, or this, or this, and then here, all of these are pre-winding. So your torso It's just like they use this analogy in the Chen style. It's like taking a towel and you're turning it and twisting it, like you're wringing out a towel. Your body is constantly wringing out the towel as if it's moving. So your body, the ma bu, is always tied to your waist. You're learning it here, trapping hand, right? You're learning it in your butterfly, but that movement from the waist to the legs, the hands, isn't picked up here. So when we do these, even though we're getting into the stance, there's no torso. So that's pretty advanced concept. So you say, well, I've been doing this for 20 years. How come I haven't developed that waist? 20 years of that, you haven't done this for 40 years. The waist movement, the first exercise, but that's the exercise to free up and control your torso, but it's not controlled in the movements and the form, because the form and the exercise are separate. It's not embodied with the mind and the body. Movement knows. So when you're here, we have to slice. We have to slice. We have to slice. We have to close. So you close the body. Your hands are here. You're here. Here. So this comes here, but you have to turn. This comes here because I went down. This comes here, right? But then when I go here, it has to turn again. Then this comes. You see, so those are the phases of movement. I have some here, I have some there. I have some here, I have some there. So when your body's doing two-sided movements, it has to know how to, separate it out. So that's pretty complex stuff, because it's not your body, it's in your brain. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a concept. Everybody here is smart enough to understand what we just talked about, right? But does the body understand it? Yeah. So what's missing in the training? So where does synchronization come from?
I think you have to do a couple of things first. I think you have to do these motions first so that you can get your left and right hand
So,
going. And then in addition to that, then you got to coordinate with your step.
so where does it come from?
You just have to.
No,
It's like
it
even doing the flowering, right? Sometimes it doesn't go so smooth.
it comes from your brain. What's in the brain? The file of information. You guys are all computer people, right? The file of information that ties to the neurons, that ties to your musculature. This is why it's so difficult to do, because everybody that's smart, right, has intelligence, can understand the body intelligence is one step beyond. That's something that most people don't realize that it exists.
When you watch a soccer player or a basketball player or football player, there's a certain. Not everyone can do those moves in a coordinated fashion.
Yeah, so we understand everyone's different. But when we do this, are those movements in the body? It's not just a physical thing, because if it's just a physical thing, it's a neurological thing, because all movements, motor skills, are driven from the motor neurons in your brain. So we can say that it's happening, but the only way we can develop is because we're creatures of habit. This movement and this movement. So if I go like this, It's just this. That's all it is. When I'm like this, it's just this. Right? When I'm like this, that's all it is. When I'm like this, that's all it is. But while I'm doing this, my chest is involved, my back is involved. If you just go like this, the body's not involved. So you have to open your body. You have to close your body. So if I go like this, and I go like this, when you do those movements, did you close your body on an oblique? You close it here, you cut it here, but did you cut in here? This is the Sin Fat, the body form, the body method. Now this is just directional, but it's not tied to your torso. It's not tied to your motion, synchronizing your lower body with the upper body. So there, Rob, there, when you go like this, you don't want the swords to be too close. Put one here. Because the look of the movement when you're here looks different than this. The look of this movement, the position, looks different. Because here, doesn't have the same imagery, and it doesn't have action, because if I go like this, the hands hit, there's no connection to the other side. When I'm here, even if I thrust this hand, because this is on here, it follows our movement. But I'm extending, but if I follow from the leg, then it just looks like you're coming up from here. So then you have it's an action. So action can be live, sang, or li, right? Dead strength. When you open, your torso is turning. So I'm pre-winding my waist to close to do that. So you go 1, 2. Yeah. Do that last cross step. Do the first cross step again. Yeah, so right there, where you cross step, missing the body. Here, this. So when you step and you come forward, that gives you the image. Yeah. Yeah. So you need little more weight on the front knee, because you're sitting back. You got to come forward. Then your rear leg is up, can be up. Yeah. Huh? When you lean forward like this, you want the weight here. If you're here, you can't pick up this foot. That means you're too solid. That's double weighted. Yeah. See what I mean? So when you're here, 1, 2, 3. So movements are like it's an order. So when you go here, chop here, like in the form, yeah, chop here. First step, go, 1. So you slice and shift your weight. Step, shift your weight, and then lean. Don't lean and sink at the same time, because you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you lean after you have you establish your root in the leg. After you establish the root, then you can do that. Yeah. But then turn your waist, because we're here, and then when you lean, you can put your waist into it. You can't turn your waist when you're doing this. If it is done at the same time, then you just drop into it. You can't start to use your waist because you're not in your stance. So you can't turn. Just like when you're here. You can't turn your torso unless you're in your stance. Yeah, it's better. But no, because we're here, we go to horse, we transition to here, we come across to here. That's where you plant your foot. When it comes to here, as I sink, and then I lean at the end. The waist is at the end, also the forward projection. Just like when you do this, the waist is at the end and the forward projection. Yeah. This is just theoretical and principle. Without these principles, then we can say, well, this is how it looks, that's how it is, and that's how it is. But what's the body mechanics, the timing, the relationship between the right and left? These are. Does this know? Does this? The body can go this way, and then it can start to go this way, and then it comes back this way. So your bodies can constantly move depending on what you're going to do with this. Yeah. So that's the skill that we're trying to achieve. But how hard it is to do, at least we have the method to do it, or idea. Yeah. So here's another thing, right? When we swing the sword and we want to go over the head, how loose can your shoulder be? It has limits to its range of motion. So because of limits of range of motion, and you want it to be natural, then when you do this, your body has to be in the position to do this. Because we're moving to here, and then you try to do this to get to there, if your body's not in the position as a preset, then you're not going to be able to make it complete. Right? So to make a complete circle, that's kind of just the arm. Right? Just coming around. My half of the circle on each side is because I turned my body. So the sword is not doing the complete rotation. It's the body that's doing most of the action.
When you're doing that, are you moving your body parallel or against?
No, just don't have to. Just go like this. So I think the point I brought up was kind of missed. What I'm saying is this is where the sword's going, right? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So to make it bigger and fuller, I swing my arm around, right? Then it gets bigger. But then your arm has a limit in its rotation, so you have to turn your body. So, it's as simple as that. So if you watch from a side view, if I'm here and I turn to here, my sword to do this came from here. It didn't come from here. That's why it looks small. It looks shallow. But you want to make it bigger, then you start reaching your arm, then it starts to be excessive. Then you're just reaching. But if you're turning, it doesn't take anything. I'm here, and then I'm there. I'm here. That's how important the waist is. So the waist is so important. Yeah, because you only have, every movement in your body is really here. Everything that's happening is right here. So when you move and you track the movement, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this. So where I turn really allows me to have the volume of the line. So horizontal slice, yeah, because while I turn here, my position is here. I turn back to here, my position is here. So you never lose your center, you're never outside of that space. That's what natural motion is. But if your body can't find the space, then you're always going to be forcing the movement, and your movements are going to be always using strength that shouldn't be there, because you have to compensate for the position and the action with something, so it ends up as using the strength. But if I'm holding it like this, I'm not using anything but my two fingers. So here, when I'm here, if I go like this, if I go like this, it's the same motion. Even when I'm coming back from here, say here, and I go over again, I'm still turning, because I'm ready for that, and then it's here. You see, so the more you practice this, and understand that, and this is actually not this, it's this. So that's why the shoulder has to be, right? Huh? Right? Yeah. So it just follows. You're here. 1, 2, 1, 2. If it follows, it looks like this. Then it doesn't follow, because if it follows this closely, Rob, if it follows this closely, then what happened to the body? What happened to the body? The body can't make movements in footwork as quickly as that. So it has to be 1, 2, right? 3, 4. So you say 马步 salt to here, 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 here. So your leg has to be part of the motion. So when you go there, Kim, don't let it stop. If you're going to let it stop, finish it here. See? Okay, do it again on the other side, yeah. And then pause, right? So what's wrong? Here, this. It's here and there. If you just finish it here, right? Then you didn't finish the body. Finish it here. So you finish it here or here. So you have to twist. You're in your stance a little bit, right? Then you have to twist the shoulder to there. So it comes from here. Yeah.
Do it slowly, like just facing in the same center. Try not to see.
So where are we?
Just a stance.
Go. 1, 2. Yeah. Do it again. Yeah. 1. Yeah. Yeah. So your second stroke, you didn't use your waist. The second stroke, yeah. Yeah. No, like this. 1, right? 1. Now I'm going to turn here. Now I'm turning back to here. And then I'm here. See, every movement is separate but connected. Otherwise, you have to have a complete body in every stroke. So here, this is my first stroke. This is my second. So the body starts to move. Now, because I'm coming like this, I'm here. Then I'm here. And then I'm here. Now I come in, I'm turning this way, I'm slicing like this, I'm turning this way, then I'm turning this way. 3 or 4 times their waist is in there. That's why people can't pick it up. They can't pick it up because they don't even know the body's moving. But I'm pointing it out to you so you can evolve with it. But the thing is, yeah. It's something that you have to work through. It's not, it's a strategy in one way, but it's really skill in another. The torso movement is, if it was so easy to do, there'd be hundreds of thousands of people doing it like this. Right?
The key is the move left, to move right, to move left. A sudden, steady state where it's actually turning. And I'm not doing my slice because
Yeah.
I'll gear it up first,
Yeah.
then here. After taking the stroke here, it's even hard to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you come back here and
Yeah.
it's hard to.
really determine where's the center of what
Yeah, but because you're turning here. Yeah, so you have to let this go. This movement becomes part of the. So actually, you're just turning like this. So this is here, but I'm turning here. So my center is here. So my center is here. You see, the center of the sword is here. So this, and this has to be lining up. If I go like this, right, then my nose is over there, my knee is over here, and my sword is over here. Yeah. It's called the 3 points of alignment, Shamui. Right? So if I'm here, right? Or if I'm here, I have to go by bit of this, not let my body face that way, and then this is over here. Then it's not, doesn't work. You have no power. If because my weight is here, if I want more power here, or I want to change direction, then this leg moves. Yeah. See. Yeah. Yeah. So this arm should be close, not like this, right? Some people do it, and they're doing it like this. The reason why I like that because the shoulder and the elbow not relaxed enough, then you can't sink your elbow and relax your shoulder. Because when you sink your elbow, then you're twisted like this. Your sword is here. It should wrap your body. Yeah. Okay, that's enough double sword. Okay. Gee, I turned 72. I have to teach harder than when I was 71.
No, I think we're moving up.
I had to teach the little kids today. I had to teach this class. Because mine is sick, right?
Oh, was there a lot of kids?
No, there's only 3, but
Only 3.
it's good.
Difficult 3.
I think when we focus in on
Oh,
something like that,
draw that thing. Let me see. Just
so, yeah, it's really simple.
no, I know it's simple, but I just want to make sure you're going to get the.
There's a stove here.
So you have the stove there. How come you want to get rid of the big tank?
Yeah, so there's this big tank. Well, so here's the deal. See, this tank isn't ours.
Oh,
It's the company's. They're going to take it away.
yeah.
When they take it away, I'm just going to replace it with a little one, with a 25 gallon, because that's plenty enough. I just need to change, I need to cut this copper wire, put a...
So when they take this, right, there's going to be a fitting on there.
Yeah.
So that fitting won't fit that one.
Right, exactly. So,
So-
I just need to cut that fitting off. And put
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fitting
yeah.
in.
Yeah. So you just need one of these things. You should just, if you go to Home Depot, just ask them. You tell them you're doing a propane.
Well, I went there, they didn't know anything. I had to
Oh.
go to somebody else. 'Cause they
No.
were like, go to a plumbing store, because the Home Depot people are like, we don't know
So-
what you're talking about.
So here's the Darios over here. They sell to you
It's
know.
like a little compression nut. Right?
Yeah, it looks like a nut like this, and then inside it goes in, but inside there's a little thing like this. It's called a ferrule. You got to put the nut on and the ferrule on,
Yeah.
and then you put it together, and then you. But they got new fittings now that they
Shark bite?
Yeah, but
But I think that only works for
but that's for water.
Yeah.
But these you need to these propane usually is not much pressure, so
And this won't be electric.
yeah,
because
so
it's just a stove.
so you just get best thing is when he cuts this pipe,
Yeah.
takes this out, and you get a chunk of pipe. Take that,
Oh yeah, I got a ton of this. So
Yeah.
I want to cut it here.
yeah,
Well, I have like
yeah,
20 feet of that
yeah.
stuff.
So take it to them, and tell them you want a coupling that's going to connect the 2 pipes together, a flared fitting or a ferrule, just a compression fitting for, and tell them it's propane. Then your stove already has a regulator
Yeah, my
in the
stove's
in the
outside.
in the back,
Yeah.
but you should put a shut off and a shut. This one will have a shut off, a knob on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a shut off in back of that, but it's really hard to get to. 'cause
Yeah.
you pull the stove off.
But where you should put additional shut off so that you can like.
Well, this is easy shut because you just turn it's that little tank. You just turn it off in the tank, right?
Yeah. Usually inside the house they want you to have a second shut off.
Yeah, I think there's one in the back of the
Yeah.
stove.
But you can't get at it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you can pull the stove.
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So that's all you need. It's a brass compression fit. They should have it at Home Depot, but
Yeah,
if you took the pipe there, they would match it for it.
Yeah, they seem, the people at Home Depot, most people that work at Home know less about home repair than I do. Because, you know, they just,
Yeah. But that's all you need. And then you do the soap test on it. You know how to do that, Ray? Yeah. Then you do the soap test on it.
oh, yeah. Well, I figure even if it's leaking, the worst thing is it's outside. So it's not like it's leaking inside. That's the thing.
Well, if leaking, your 20-gallon tank's going to go really fast.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would do it's not going to go. I would be concerned that if I'm doing the fitting inside, I'd be not repairing it. Yes, it's like that.
Hey, where's Steven?